Hello everyone. In today's video I will be modeling the first part of Yoo Quito tower. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, and the tower located in Ecuador. And indeed I'm gonna use Dynamo and Revit to do that, and that's the end of result. So we should have been ending by having this result. And during the process, or the method that I'm going to use, is to create the outlines, the main outlines as a polylines or as a curves to create the required geometry. I'm not going to build the model or the geometry inside Dynamo, but instead I will create the required outline and then use this to create the slabs and the walls and everything else in the tower itself. I'll try to make that short videos, in a mode of the short videos, so I'm not going to make a very long one. I'm hoping so, and not to forget myself while I'm speaking. The whole concept, if you go back to the image that I get from the Google when you try to search that, is just a very narrow elevation. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know what depth it is and what's happening in the other elevations, and thus assuming them just walls. And the point, or the lovely part of it, is the way that you can see here this wave in the balcony. So the balcony is just extruded from the main facade, and then it goes to a specific point to form like a triangle shape, and the head of the triangle is just moving to the left and to the right in a sine wave manner. So how we do that, and I will start off by making the complex part, which is the floor, the outer outline, as you can see. So it's probably a good idea to start up doing that. So I'm going to close whatever I have in here, and as usual I'm going to start with the metric template. So I'm going to go new and go metric, hit OK. I have the habit of making the units as meters, so instead of a millimeter, so I'm going to go here OK, and then OK, and that's it. That's all I need. And then oh, Dynamo is closed. Okay, my bad. So I'm going to open Dynamo again, and I'll start up by making the required points. And what I need is mainly 4 points to define the box, and then we have like the balcony geometry just attached to it. So in order to create that, I will be in need of a points. So I'm going to make a point by coordinates. Just an assumption. Feel free to do whatever you want related to where you assume the location of the tower. I'm going to assume that as a building geometry, just a square or rectangle, and I'm going to assume that this is the lower left corner of it. So it would be a good idea to say that it's a lower left corner of the tower. All right, so I'll keep that as a 0, 0, as it's the origin, and then I'm going to push that to let's say to the top. So this is the, not the lower, it will be upper left corner, and in this case indeed I will be in a need for a parameter here to specify the depth of the building. So I'm going to pick a slider, and for some reason I misspell it as usual. So slider, it's a numerical slider, and here we go. Double click, and I'm gonna say it's depth, and I don't know, 100 is too much. I don't know how much is the building actually, I don't know, so let's say 20, the maximum, and I push that to the maximum, and I'm connecting it to the Y, and as you can see, just the Y has been added to this point, and as you can see, it's been created properly. Now I need to copy that again, This one will be the upper right corner, of course. And of course it has to have the same y, but we need width now. So that's the width parameter. I'll keep it as 20. So it'll be a square. As you can see, now we have 3 points. And the last one, my friends, it should be here. So it should be lower right corner. So that will be lower. All right. And we don't need any y values. So just detach that dude and you're going to get those 4 points. Now, this is basically the way we need it to be defined. Now, I really need to define a 5th point that happened to be here. Where here, that's if you go back to the elevation, you will see that it's actually moved. But before, I don't want, I don't know if there's another other picture, because yeah, here, this one, you can see that the balcony is actually protruded, or just coming out of the face of the elevation. So we need 1 point here and 1 point here. See this one and this one, and they are just very easy to be defined. They are just equally extruded or protrude from the facade. This one is the naughty one, okay, which is actually keep moving. So let's create the easy ones. So let's go back to Dynamo, and we have this one, and that's 1, 2. Probably if I reorganize them, like this is number 1, that's 2, that's 3. I don't know. I know if it might sound silly for you, but I'm gonna place them as, you know, as their actual location, so easier. So I'm gonna take this dude here down, and that will be lower right corner. That's for the balcony, and that means we need a new slider here that decide the balcony depth. So that will be balcony depth. You can start the assumption by having a negative value, because that goes the other way of the x-axis, or just keep it 2. Keep it positive. And of course you have, you know, to make a multiplied by -1. Did I say multiplied? Yep. So just to, you know, change the value of that to negative. And what really we need is to give that to the y value. So let me try that. Yep, it's happened to work properly. That's good. So far so good. So let me push those to the side, and I'll take this one right here. All right, so this dude is lower left, whatever the name is, from the balcony, and this dude definitely have no x. So that's what we have. So we technically have those points, kind of parametric points, but their location is actually fixed along the z-axis, or the creation of the z-axis of the tower. Now we need to create the naughty point, you know, the one that actually keep changing, which is right here, located in the middle of nowhere. So what I will do is to use the sine wave to define the location of it. But let me see how to do that, because I'm not quite sure that I forget it. So what I need is just to go to sine. And why? Because that's the basic shape, you know, the $S shape or the S shape can be easily found by having a very basic sine function. And now I will say, just to simplify it, if I say I'm going from 0, it's a range, and then I'm going to 360, okay, and 2 dots in here, and I'm going to say pound A, and that will help me to jump in a specific amount of values. Of course, it's going to be, you know, null. It's okay. To make that, let me remove the jumps. No, I'll keep the jumps actually. I just wanted to show you that it's going from 0 to 360, but I think it's easy if you just revise what the range is. So again, now I'm going to have a slider. I need to know how many levels I need, or I have. So I'm going to go to integer slider, and this dude is the amount of levels. So the amount of levels, and I think I googled that. It was 19 for some reason, if I was not wrong. So that's a 19 level we have. So if I connect this, I will be having values, you know, from 0 to 360s, you know, divided into a 19, or as a jump each, whatever the value is to reach 19. So from 0 to 360, we have a jumps, equal jumps, or intervals, whatever you want to call them, and we have a 19 value, which is a 19 number for each level. We can go ahead and, of course, define the way we have it, because now, if I connect those to this dude, we're going to have, you know, the amount of the equivalency for those as a degree, and those as, you know, as a real numerical numbers. And in reality, we don't actually depend on those numbers, so we need to remap them. It should be math.remap. We need to change that range into something we really, you know, benefit of. And I'm going to assume that this will be, you know, let's connect those values. Oh, that's range. I'm going to assume that I'm going to start from a 0, which is of course wrong, but let me simplify it for you first. And the maximum value is A. I can connect directly, but again, I'm going to add some formula for it. So what's happening here, that the location, let me go to the picture. What's happening here, that the location of this point is ranged here in this axis, in the x-axis. And again, it's my assumption from 0, which is top left, and keep increasing 19 times for each level we have until it's reached the top of the value of the of the width of this. I know that the actual part of the balcony doesn't reach the end, but I'm simplifying it for now. I'm going to fix that later. So you have to take the value of the width, give it to the A, and give it here. And again, I didn't connect it directly because I'm going to change that in an equation. So now, look what I have. I have a value of x that's actually going to create the sine wave for me for each level. And yes, they are 19. So that's the basic mathematics behind this. And indeed, I really need to, you know, create the levels. I'm going to need those polylines actually before I create the levels. Now I'm having problems by navigating, as you can see, because I'm studying Grasshopper, and that makes me really behind of when I don't know what to pick anymore. Is the scroll button or the left click button? That's good of a significant amount of confusion for me. So list.create, and I'm going to combine those group of points together. I don't know how much they are, but I know the sequence of them that have to be followed. So this is number one, and then this dude number, wait, this is number one, no, this is number one, and then this dude number two, then this dude is number three, then this guy is number four, then this guy is number six, and I will jump to this one. I'm gonna ignore the point that I didn't create yet, which is this one. So what I have now is a polygon, or a set, a group of sets of points. As you can see, you can create a polygon here, and then you can just shift them up, or you can translate them now. So I'm going to translate them now. I'm going to copy them. I'm going to use the XYZ translation. So that's what I want here. And I'm going to use the Z value, the intervals is this one. Did I create it yet or not? I think I have not yet created it. Yep, I didn't. So let me have a go, and I will say from 0 to, I don't know how much it is, so A, and then each jump should be in a value of something, which is B. So this is not a range, this is a sequence, so I have to put a pound here. So I will be jumping from 0 to with a specific amount of jumps, which is 19 times. So I'm going to jump 19 times to B, with amount of B, which is the overall height of the slab itself. So I'm going to need a height value. Why I am writing that? I need a slider. Okay, so that should be the height. That should be a level height. Okay, and I'm going to assume it's for some reason full. And I'm going to connect that, and what you're going to get, as you can see, it's first level is 0, second level is 4, and so on until you get 72 or whatever. The important is that we have a 19 jump. This is what we call a sequence. This is not a range. Now we need to feed that to the geometry translate, and that will cause, as you can see, will cause the mass, will cause the points to jump vertically. Let me see if I manage to do that or not. No, oh god. So what I've done wrong, let me see. Let me check first what that's a translate. All right, so what do we have? We have just a 6 points, and the amount of translation is supposed to be correct. God, I keep pressing left click. That's really annoying. Super sorry for that, by the way. So that's the range. That's the sequence for the heights. Beautiful. And just the geometry translate will do the job. I don't know why it's not jumping that values. All right. So those are the 4 points. And technically we are jumping properly. There is nothing wrong with it. Okay. Now I need to change the lacing. Yep. Let me check. Yeah, sound right. So the lacing. Cool. After that, now if you follow the points, you will notice that the entire column or the entire list is vertical one. So indeed we need to transpose that. So right click and transpose. Oops. Yep. This will make a polylines or a list that horizontally arrayed. I think we need to maximize that because not yet we need Revit anymore. If we open this, you're going to see now, my dear, instead of the vertical way of distribution, now the horizontal way of distribution. That makes more sense, and that's actually what we need. After that, we need to add. So I'm going to go list dot add. Let me try to see which one. List add item to the end. All right. Beautiful. And before, let me see, that's the first point, the second point. Probably I might need to change the way the sequence of them or those points are made. Cool. So this is the first point, second point, third point, fourth, fifth, and now this is the sixth. Ouch. Okay. I need this one to be the first point because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is the last one because I want to add that to the last item. Beautiful. So I made a mess, so let's fix this mess, and this mess can be fixed in here, right in here. Just simply get rid of those. All right, and deactivate this, and then let's do it again. It won't take more than 1 second. This one, the first one. Okay, and then this one, the second one, and this dude, the third one, this one, the fourth, oops, the fourth, and then the fifth, and this guy is the last one. So no need for that. And here we go. So this is the list. All right, and the item is what we get from this point. Where's the point? I think we didn't even create the point. Clumsy. Okay, so this one, this is the sixth point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to call it mid. Let's get rid of everything. Let's see how we can let's see how it's been actually connected. So we're supposed to have the Z value of it from the same sequence, and the Y and X makes sense. So the X is the result of this one. The Y should be the same Y, I think. Yeah, the Y is where it's actually located against this one, which is here, -1 or -2, whatever we gave for the point. This one, that's the depth of the balcony here, that's the Y. Let me try that out. And the Z axis, I will take whatever I did from or actually this one, yeah, the same that I use for the translate. Yes, this one. And let's see if I got it properly. So I think I am. You can see now the sine, wait, is been created. So right, beautiful. So it is actually the one thing that I made a mistake in is that it's the y it's still is two things actually. The location of y is still 0 here. Sorry, similar to the -2. So that need to be changed. It should be increasingly more or far away from the balcony. So let's say I can take this and probably that right down here. All right, and I will say that this dude is the second balcony depth. Okay, and let's make it 4, multiplying it by -1, and then give it to that dude the y of that point. So see now it's if I zoom, things will be much better. See, it's far away from the red line, from the x-axis, and that's what I want. Now the second thing, which is not going, or it's not actually happening the way that I was expecting it, is first, or actually second, because we fixed the first, the curve is actually starting from the middle, and if you notice in here, it's a start almost from the right part of the building. So let's do that, and I will keep changing. I can fix this if I go back to the starting value. I don't need to start from 0, so I will be starting from a higher value and then ending with a higher value. Let me try that. Of course, I tried that several times until I reached, but technically if I add 30 here and then I add another 30, keeping the 360 value within, you will notice that things going much better because this goes more into the right side. I'll try 60 by 420, and as you can see it goes like this. I don't know, I think that's what we want. Start from here, go here, and then go here, and then go here. Let me check the thing. It's a start from here, 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 here. I think it's okay. That's what we want. Even though in the original formula I have minus, I think minus 420 for some reason. Yeah, that's why. So it's end up closing that way, you know. Anyhow, so that's the values. The other issue that I wanted to show you, that we shouldn't end or start exactly touching the corner like this one in here, because if you remember I said that the 0, the minimum value. So I will say, let's say instead of a 0, let's say +1. So we not really 100% from the beginning of the curve. See, hoopah here. And the same thing for the end. I shouldn't end exactly as the 20, which is the depth, which is here assuming it A. We have a -1. Okay. If you want, and I'm saying if you want that to be also parametric, which is the amount of offset, you can just drag that into a B or C, whatever the value, and give that to slider, and that will fix this for you. But technically, it's now perfectly set up, as you can see. Now, all what we need is to add those points to the list. This is the midpoint, the new one. All right, okay, and this is my list I'm talking about, so I'm gonna add this one here. Opening this one, the resulted list, and we should have like 6 points instead of 5. So what happened, it's actually added to the end, as you can see. So what I will do is I need to change the levels of the both inputs. So I'm going to change this one. I think it's level 1. We should add it. And this one also should be changed. And now into level 2. So now every point from this sine wave shape, okay, added to the 6 points. So now we have 7. I know it says 6, but if you count them, because it's add 0 as a part of it. So if I select this dude, okay, and I zoom in, first sublist, try to be patient with this stuff and don't jump the gun assuming that you are right. First select the list, see, they look like they are right. So now just select the first point, follow it, the second, beautiful. So this one, then this one, then this one, beautiful, then this one, then this one. Isn't that great, huh? So now they are working perfectly. Close those because it causes a headache. Alright, now that listing is perfectly, and the sub-listing is perfectly, aligned and made nicely. So the rest is very easy. The rest is just to create polygon by point. So I'm going to add polygon dot by points, which is this dude. And up to that, we really need to do some cleaning. See how pretty it is. That's the main wireframe that we need. Let's zoom out and check if our work is going nice. You see, it's nice. See? You see, like the sine wave. Now we need to clean this one. No thanks. Just turn it off. This dude, no thanks. Just turn it off. Because again, I'm clicking right to click. I hate when I do that. Keep cleaning, mate, and remove all those funny business. We don't need them. Probably this one also. And that's it. Now these are the outlines of the 19 levels. And again, I'm making the floors. So after that, that's what we need, I think. Those are the polylines. So let's go right to click. Let me say floor dot by outlines. Let's say something with the floor types and level. What they are, I have no idea. Floor type and level. Floor type and level. Don't ask me what is the difference. I have no idea. So we have outline. We have the outlines right here. Beautiful. And we have a floor type and levels. Ooh. So yeah, we need levels. That's creepy. So for the level, for the outlines, we have it. No need to be freaking out. Floor type, just write floor type. Reverse, always try to reverse by name. Why do I have the feeling that I did something wrong? Floor type. This one. No. I hate when Dynamo do that. Okay, no. Okay, that's weird. By level. Yep. No floor types. Let me check it again. Something like that, but it doesn't. Nope. Let me check again. Floor. Yep. Type. Something went wrong in here. Yep. Why when I select it before, it give me this one? Anyone can translate what happened right here for me? Well, can I just pick generic? I don't care what type of it. Now levels. I don't have levels. I have technically heights. So let's see what we can get. Level dot elevation. Let's see. We give level now. This will create the elevation from the above ground floor by level. Yep, that's what I want. It's required from me levels, elevation, which is a height, and guess what? We have it, and it's gonna create for me levels. So this one, level Y elevation. You don't need to remember everything because you cannot remember everything. So try to navigate your way by trying to assume what is the input and what's the output of the node, my dear. Otherwise, you're going to be in a pain of trying to remember all the nodes in Dynamo. So far, I have remembering over 400 nodes, and that drives me to be crazy sometimes. But don't do that. So try to, just lose some seconds trying to know which node to pick. This one, I think it's feed from the amount and the height. So this one, the same one that we use with the translate. So give this to this dude, and this machine will make Revit levels for you. Beautiful. Give that here, and it's crash. Congratulations. What is the mistake? Let me see. Okay, let me go here first. Let's see what we have here in Revit first. So we still have ghosts in here, not really a real value. Let's go back to Dynamo and let's see that's create using as a curve. Okay, lower level, all right. So the reason is that these dudes are an entire polygon. Okay, sorry, Mr. Fussy. That happens sometime. Revit just give you a headache, so don't be sad. Just read the warning. Explode, and it's 6 a.m. and I didn't have any sleep so far, so that might give you the reason behind my clumsy way of going around the command. Explode. Okay, is this one? Yeah, I think. Yep. So you're gonna see that it changed everything to curves, and this dude need curves. Let's try that for the outlines. Beautiful. See, so now they are, that's everything is done so far. That's the first part, and if you add some shadow, shadow on, okay, you'll see that it is working, my friends. So it's let's try to navigate away the other way, and you can see that the S shape here, like that. That's really nice for the beginning. Now the next phase is to build the walls and to build the here the balusters around to prevent people from falling from this geometry. If you look up, see, you can see the shape. If you look down also, oops, cannot go down for some reason, but again, that's what I wanted. That's the S shape. That's the S shape, as you can see. So in the next video, I will do the rest, which is to build the side walls and the top walls. Anyway, thank you very much for watching me, and have a lovely day.